Chops Garage is proud to be sponsored by Car Vertical, the largest online database of vehicle information. Use the link in the description down below to find the true history of your vehicle or one you're about to buy.
Right, time for a danger ride, guys. We've got to take the Smart down to get the alternator done. Nope, it was just too dead. I've not made it. Right, back to the unit. That was a bit of fun, wasn't it? Not recommended. Just get it transported if you have that problem, or get a mobile mechanic out, which is what I should have done thinking about it. But to be honest, I just need to keep things moving now. We're starting to make some progress on clearing stock, so I just wanted the Smart down there with that alternator in. Too much stuff is sitting around. We've got the S2000 booked in with the Motorwork boys as well next week, so we should be getting the final couple of things done on that. And then we can get, I mean, obviously getting them up for sale for December is probably not the best time, but it doesn't matter if they sit until the new year, really, those two. They're a bit of fun, aren't they? Right, so what we've got to do today is give the Clio a little bit of a clean off, because it's been dirty since it went from that test drive and the sensor went. And then we've got to clean the 208 ready for pickup on Saturday, because I like to get ahead of the game and I can move that back in here, so we're all set for Saturday. We listed the Kia on Auto Trader and on Facebook yesterday and put it up on the site. Did the same thing with the DS. I took people's feedback on pricing and checked Auto Trader, so I have actually dropped it to 3,295 on the DS, which is out there, which says fair price on Auto Trader. I don't worry too much about, I do look at Auto Trader for pricing, but I also look at, when it comes to the cheap cars, what I'd say to you is if you're selling the cheap cars, the 3K cars, you can be a little bit cheekier on the price, because there's a limited stock of those at the moment, and people aren't going to travel 2 hours to go and get a 3K car, because they're going to add a load of costs to it. Plus they're worried that on the cheaper cars, if they need to bring it back, it's too far away for them. People will do it on the 7K cars and the 5K plus cars, but you can afford to be a little cheekier on the 3K. Plus we know I'm gonna be offering a better service than a lot of other people when it comes to the warranty side of things. So we'll see how we get on with it. If it has to drop down to 3, which is the sort of bottom line on it, that's where it is, and we got away with not too much on the MOT. Again, the danger is though, it's like some people have commented, you got away with the low MOT, the cheap MOT. It's running and driving well, so just stick it at a door with a short warranty on it at a lower price. The only danger with that is that people would still end up coming back to you after 3 months for the same fix as if you put it on a 6-month warranty in the first place at the higher price. Am I making sense? So if you sell it at the lower price and it has a problem, you still have to end up fixing it anyway. So you know, I could put it well below Auto Trader and move it really, really quickly, but then I'd need to have a customer that understood that if they had problems with it, say past 3 months, they needed to do it rather than me. And then we know if something substantial went, like a head gasket, some people have noted they can do head gaskets, then you'd still be on the hook for it potentially at 4 or 5 months, you could be. So you need to have that margin in there just in case those things happen. It turns out from the comments as well that is actually a same engine as the Focus. So I said it was about 10% slower than the Focus. I don't know if the map is any different or not, but apparently it is the same engine as the Focus we had in the last car. Which again, that one did do a head gasket, but at the end of the day, all these cars have recorded problems that can come up with them. Any car, doesn't matter what the make is, they can all have problems, and there'll always be plenty of examples of people having problems with them. You can only take the cars as they stand in front of you now. At the moment, not using any coolant, not getting any sign of any head gasket problems or anything like that at all. Right, just had a message offering me a RAV4 2006, which is a bit old for me, but we know that the RAV4s have always sold well for me. We're coming into this winter period. Locally, cheap little 4x4s are popular this time of year, and RAV4s particularly. We know the last one cost me a bit on a catalytic converter, didn't it? But it did sell, as I said, super quick. Had loads of messages on it. So, do a security check. Now, I don't think Auto Trader will give me the value on it. I think it's a bit too old for Auto Trader, but we can give it a shot. Looks like it might give me a value. No, it won't give me a value. So, in this set of circumstances, what I do is go onto We Buy Any Car, see what they would offer for the vehicle, and I just do a little search and see what they're selling for. So, let's have a quick look. So let's have a quick look and see what they're selling for. So the one I'm being offered has got 90,000 miles on it. It's a 2.2 XTD4, so I like that one there. So that one's 2006 with 88,000 miles on, so not far off. You want 3.7 for that, 3,995 for 80, 4 for 78, 3995 for 82, 3995. So I think at worst it's a 3.5k car. Looking at this, it's silver, my one as well. So I'm thinking it's probably maybe 3795 and ends up on 3.5 when it's sold potentially. But we have had a problem with a few. People think Toyotas are indestructible. We've had a problem with the Toyotas, haven't we? We had that one that had a bit of a tappety engine, didn't we, which we sold off cheap. And we had the one, like I say, that had the bad catalytic converter, but it is a 2006 car. But being Toyota doesn't make it bulletproof. There could still be problems with it. So we want a healthy margin. The one I've got has got an MOT till March. So there's two ways of selling the car. We get it in, make sure it runs and drives nicely, got the MOT till March, and just sell it cheaply as is. As a project car to someone, or we get a fresh MOT on it, we go to town and we try and get the sort of top end around 3.5. I think probably a nice bit of stock to have, because I think that market's quite buoyant at the moment, but I think we need to have a little drive of it to be 100%. Quick look on We Buy Any Car. They're saying 12.45 for it with that kind of mileage on, which is a bit lower than the person's offering me the car for. So I think we need to get the price down a little bit. I'm just giving you, the reason I'm running through this, guys, just giving you an idea of how you can value cars without, I don't have glasses or cap or anything like that. So that's how I go about valuing the cars. The most important thing, I think, is to check what they're currently being advertised for, and then take it down to the next 995, and then go and have a look at what We Buy Any Car would be offering for it. Because most people are running their car through We Buy Any Car now before they even come and approach you. So you've got a rough idea of what they've already been quoted for the vehicle. So everybody's doing that now, so you're gonna get a good idea where their mindset is at. So we'll have a little bid on this, and we'll see if we win it. If we do, I'll let you have a little look see. Well, we've had a subscriber call up on the Nissan X-Trail, so it's just the type of thing they're looking for. Asked me to do. I hadn't done a walk around video on it yet, so I've just done a walk around video on it. We're actually going to go a step further and take it for a little test drive as well, because they're looking just to have the car delivered to them. So just show that it drives all fine. So unfortunately that doesn't mean getting it a bit mucky, but there we go, that's part and parcel. I've done it again. It's £500 under Auto Trader recommended. I've got it at 8,995, I think it is. Auto Trader says 9.5, and I agreed to knock another couple £100 off, because we've got the transport fees that he's going to be picking up. And I guess I don't have to MOT it, because it's got a really long MOT to August next year that is advisory free. But really at £500 below Auto Trader already, I shouldn't really have knocked it down any further, but it's just the way it is. I need some space, to be honest. I need space because I've got cars coming back that will need to be inside. I don't want to leave outside, so I really do need to start moving stuff on. And a few people now have bought cars and left them with me, which means space is tied up with sold cars. So we'll take it for the little test drive, send a video over, subject to them being happy with that video. We should be going ahead with the sale. I don't know if they know quite how much the delivery cost is going to be. That could be the deal breaker, but we'll see. Like I say, because the problem with discounts is, you know, people's expectations, they're not any less likely to bring the car back to you should there be a problem if you discount it than if you paid the full price. But yeah, like I say, it'll be good for it to go to a subscriber. It's a really nice looking car, and it drives really nicely. Like I say, we'll take it for the little test drive now, get the video up and see what I've got to say. Right, sorry to interrupt the video, but you know, on this channel, where we can, we like to pay it forward. Now, a lot of you are aware of my friend Ian, gas guy, who's been on the videos a few times. Well, his son Ryan is a fantastic gymnast, to the point of being selected to represent England. But unfortunately, there's little to no funding in that sport, even when you're at the level Ryan is at. And Ian has to pretty much completely fund him. Well, he's got the opportunity to go to Finland for the Northern Euros. That is Ryan, not Ian. I don't think he's quite up to it yet. And it'd be fantastic to try and help him get there. It's obviously, there's a lot of cost involved in doing this, and it is Ryan's dream to be able to compete as much as possible. So what they've done is set up a GoFundMe page to try and help Ryan get over to Finland. Now you'll see it's actually already achieved its goal, but we'd like to go far further than that and really help Ryan compete in as many of these events as he can, and help the lad follow his dream, because I say it's so tough with so little funding available. So I'll put a link in the description. Anything anyone can do to help would be massively appreciated. Like I say, where we have got the opportunity to pay it forward and create awareness and help out other people, we're going to do it. Hopefully no one takes offence at that. Well, if you do, to be honest, that's your problem, not ours, isn't it? So
yeah, anything you can do to help, I'll put a link in the description down below. It'd be massively appreciated.
Right guys, Saturday morning, we're starting to look a little bit empty. The Nissan is going Monday morning because that's obviously sold to the subscriber. It's all been confirmed. Adrian's picking up and taking over, so we've got some stuff in it because I'm just going to give it a quick wipe over. It's actually really clean, just a little bit of dust from the old chipboard factory blowing over it, so we'll give it a quick wipe over and some final checks before that gets loaded up. The Seed has just sold. Subscriber brought his son along. Seen him before. I've seen a subscriber before. So he lives down in Barnstable. Popped in to see what we had. His son was looking for a low-cost car to run around, had a 5k budget. So absolutely bang on. Took it away straight away because it had the MOT on it already. We'd done the clutch on it. It'd all been cleaned and valeted. So just took it away straight away. So that's gone. So thank you very much for the business. Much appreciated. Great little car that. So we've got the DS4 in, giving that a quick wipe over because obviously I've been using that a bit, so it needs a final valet because someone's rung up wanting to see this vehicle this morning as well. Whether that'll come out through or not, I don't know. But yeah, beginning to get short on one extreme to the other, get short on stock again, isn't it? The only thing I'd really like to see go now is the Clio, which I really still don't understand why it's sticking around. I think we're now £500 under Auto Trader on that, but might have to end up dropping it down to 7,995, which I don't want to do on Auto Trader, and the reason being because it's already at a low price, so it's going to look crazy low, and I almost think that looks worse. So yeah, that one be nice to go, but obviously at the moment it's nice to have something in the actual showroom because once the Nissan's gone, if the DS4 does go today, we're going to have a very empty room, aren't we? Really don't understand what's happening today because it's been quite a quiet week. We've sold those cars, but I've now had another 2 messages on the Seed that's just sold. A chap came by to see the X-Trail and had to be told it had been sold. He didn't ring in advance to ask, he just turned up. I had another call on the X-Trail this morning. So the 2 cars that have been sold suddenly started getting calls on them today, like I say, after a very quiet week. Now I had a couple of messages on the DS. So you get this, it's really weird in this game. It's like everybody wakes up in the same morning and goes, I want to buy a car. Now I know you could say it's a Saturday, but actually as a general rule, if you haven't had the inquiry before the Saturday, for me it tends to be quiet. If I hadn't had a call on the Friday saying they're coming in on a Saturday, Saturdays can be quite quiet. Yeah, really strange. It's not the last week of the month either, which not often ties in with paydays, that kind of thing. So really strange. I guess that's a good problem to have, but it does hamper sales next month if I haven't got stock to sell next month. So we need to get the Cougar ready. I've bought that RAV4, which needs to come back. That's coming in on Monday. We'll have a look at that on Monday. The Jaguar should be coming back from paint soon. I just need to, I keep saying this over and over again, machine polish the side of the Fabia and we can put that up for sale and get that in there. And then I should be able to crack on with the Up. The one advantage of getting short on the stock is I might actually start to get through things. We might even get to the Micra, which I think would fly out in the current market because that would be like a 2k car, wouldn't it? So Adrian's here, A&K Van Services. As always, nice reliable services delivered us our RAV4. So I haven't driven this. You know I did the deal with the guy. You're seeing it kind of like first time, same as me. And we'll get it off and have a good look around it. But there's some good signs straight away. It's got Michelin's all round, which that one probably isn't the best in the world. That one's got loads of tread on it. So again, when you start getting to 2006 and people have put Michelin's on them, then it's a pretty good idea that the car's been fairly well looked after. Yeah, Michelin's all the way around. So we'll get it off and have a good look around it, but I think that may have to be for the next video, guys. So if you're not already, consider hitting that subscribe button down below and I'll see you again very soon.